G'day folks, this video is just going to be a quick demonstration showing you how you can fly your Mavic Air 2 with an iPad. Now I have an iPad Mini here in front of me, but this will work with the regular full-size iPad as well. Now I did touch base with this in my review video back a few days ago, but since then I've had quite a few people asking questions, wanting more information about it, so I thought I would make a dedicated video just for it. And just to mention, this also works with the Mavic Mini now as well, and that's due to a recent update to the DJI Fly App. It's fully supported on iPads now, and I'll do a quick demonstration of it just at the end of this video. So let's just jump right in and take a closer look. So as stated here, I have the iPad Mini. Now unfortunately, with this new controller, it will not fit directly in. There's just not enough space in there to hold an iPad Mini. So you will have to use some kind of third-party mount. Now, if you already have a mount to hold an iPad, most mounts will work. If you don't have one, the one I usually recommend is the one by Polar Pro. This here is called the Flight Deck. It's actually designed to hold the Crystal Sky, but when you do purchase it, it does come with a tablet mount as well. I use this mount when flying my other DJI drones with the Crystal Sky, but I also use it when mounting a tablet. I just like how customizable it is. You can actually set it at any angle compared to other mounts on the market. It's just a nice quality product from Polar Pro. Now, it is not cheap by any means. I will have to be straight up about that. So definitely there are cheaper alternatives on Amazon that you can get. As long as it has that square shape that most of these mounts have, it will work with this controller with no issue. So I'll just show you here how it works. I'm just going to loosen both of these knobs here. And you can see here, once those knobs are loosened, we can angle this in many different ways. So we're going to mount the tablet holder into the controller, but before we do that, we have to actually remove that cable that's already pre-installed. And the reason we have to remove it is this cable will no longer work. And that's just due to the way the iPad is going to be positioned. This cable won't be long enough, so you will need your own cable. And we're going to talk about that here in a minute, what cables to use. So I'm going to take the Polar Pro mount, and we'll just get it mounted in there. Center it up. And once it's in there nice and securely. You don't have to worry about it falling out at all. So we're going to take the actual tablet mount portion. This is the mount that holds the iPad, and we're going to attach it to the flight deck. There's a little attachment there at the bottom that just slides into that groove. We'll just slide it in, and then we're going to tighten that back knob there, just like that. Now at this point, you just want to angle it to whatever you think is going to be a comfortable viewing position. Everybody has their own preference and angles that they like. And so once you got it in a place that you're happy, we're just going to tighten up both those knobs. Once you got the knobs tightened up, that's in there nice and securely. What I like about the Polar Pro one is because of the way I have it angled here, you can see it kind of overhangs the center of the setup, and it gives it a nice center of balance so it's not too top heavy. It actually feels really comfortable when you have a iPad mounted on top. Now before we mount the tablet in there, it's probably a good point to add our data cable. Now choosing the appropriate cable is very important. Unfortunately, I can't give you more advice on what to look for. I think it's going to be trial and error. For example, here I have one by Apple. This is the actual Apple USB-C to Lightning cable. So that's what you're going to need if you're going to be connecting it to an iPhone. You're going to need USB to Lightning. If you're going to be connecting this to an Android tablet, you're going to need USB-C to USB-C. Now here kind of lies the problem, is you can see here I have a nice short cable. This is the one that actually ships with the Skydio drone. You can see it's USB-C on one end and Lightning on the other end. So in theory, this should work. I originally used this cable because it's nice and short. It's the perfect length. That way you don't have a lot of extra cable dangling, but it doesn't work. So Skydio must have a specialized cable. And I had one other cable. It was just a generic cable that was USB-C to Lightning, again a short cable, and it didn't work. But when I tried the Apple cable, this is one you can order from the Apple website, or you can get them on Amazon as well, the Apple brand. And I believe this is the cable that shipped with the new iPhone 11s. With the new USB charger, USB-C on one end and Lightning on the other. This cable works perfectly. The only downfall to it is that it is a little long, so you will maybe need to do a little bit of cable management, tie it up a bit. So I wish I could offer more advice on what kind of cable to look for if you do have to purchase one. Unfortunately, like I said, I really don't know enough about the cables or why some work and why some don't. But like I said, if you do need to buy one, get the Apple brand USB-C to Lightning. I know for a fact it works. I've tested it thoroughly. So we're just going to plug the USB-C end into the controller there. We will mount our tablet. Now it's just a matter of plugging in the Lightning cable. And again, like I said, we got all this extra cable, so you can get a couple twist ties or something and just tie it out of the way. So let's go ahead and power on our drone here. Power on the controller. So we've got everything connected here. The drone's powered on, the controller's powered on. We can now hit the Go Fly app. And you can see it's connected because it's giving us the option to go fly. We'll press that and we're right into the camera view. So this is all because of an update that DJI made to the DJI Fly app that officially supports iPads now. This new version of the Fly app was released around the same time that DJI officially launched the Mavic Air 2. Up until then, if you tried to run the Fly app, it was in that kind of weird iPhone compatibility mode, and you had to make it full screen in order to use it. So yeah, you can see it works well. And the nice benefit of using an iPad in a system like this is that it gives you more real estate and a better view of what you're filming. The only downside to it is that iPads tend to have a very low nit value. So if you're outside on a really bright day, it's going to be hard to see the screen. So you might want to invest in a sun hood for it. So yeah, it works really well. So let's take a quick look at the Mavic Mini now. So we've got the controller here for the Mavic Mini. Personally, myself, I still like to use a tablet mount. The first thing you're going to have to do is remove that side cable, because again, it's going to be too short for what we're using. As you can see, we just mount the flight deck into the holder where we normally would mount a smartphone. Now at this point, again, depending on what kind of tablet you would have, for the iPad, we would need a micro USB to Lightning. If you're using an Android tablet, again, you would need a micro USB to a USB-C. So you would just plug the cable in from the side of the controller into the Lightning port, and it would work in the same fashion. Well, folks, that's it for this video. Hopefully you found it useful and got some value out of it. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos, and we'll see you in the next one.